Sam Hatch here with Troy Sanders of the one and the only Mastodon. Welcome back to Connecticut.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it coming back. I sadly missed the first leg of the 100 tour. Thanks for coming back again.
Yeah, that's what we do. We continue to circle.
I swear I saw a Crack the Sky tour about 4 times, and I missed the first leg of that, too.
Yeah.
So you still have quite a bit of a road to hoe ahead of you, huh?
Yeah. We know there's people out there that have things to do or just flat out miss it. So we're going to give them 3 or 4 chances per city to see us.
Are you headlining tonight, or is Opeth?
Tonight we will be playing last. It's a co-headlining tour, so we will kind of flip-flop.
Is it the same set length either way?
Yeah, same set lengths, and that's basically what co-headlining is. You get the same amount of advertising, and you get the same amount of stage time.
So record store day is around the corner. I hear you guys have some 7-inches dropping for that.
Yeah, that's this will be the 3rd or 4th time that we've done something to help support independent music stores, because we like record stores and do not want them to go away. So we have a Flaming Lips cover that will come out on a 7-inch, and also a split with a band called Feist that we cover one of their songs and they cover one of ours.
They did Black Song, right?
Yeah, and their band is really, really dynamic and very beautiful, and they made our song very pretty, and we made their song quite heavy. I'm looking forward to getting both of those copies physically myself.
Do you know how many what print run they have?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
So you're going to be like fighting the fans on record store day?
I know it's quite possible just to get 1 or 2 copies. I know the ZZ Top song we put out on a yellow 7-inch a couple years ago.
Which I did not get, sadly.
That thing apparently flew out within hours, so that was nice to hear.
I looked for it.
But
what kind of gear you use? I take it you use a lot of vintage stuff in the studio, but when you go out live, do you have more like modern stuff? Or?
Yeah, I've got these road-ready Mesa Boogie cabinets that are they're just road tough. They can handle thousands of shows and in and out of loading trucks and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I've got an arsenal of basses and amps that I kind of flip-flop every few shows between Mesa Boogie, Ampegs, and Orange, and a Blacksmith bass amp by TC Electronic that I really enjoy. And I've got 4 or 5 basses out as well. I got a couple of new custom Warwick basses that I dig very much. Fender P bass and the Fender Jaguar, which I've recently acquired.
Nice.
So it's all like toys to me. I enjoy playing with all of them.
Yeah, I know. I play bass, and a bunch of my friends play bass, and everybody seems to go through that rotating. Like you go for a Fender, and then you're like, "Oh, now I play Spectre, and now I go back to Fender, and Warwick."
Yeah,
and
it can be fun to mix it up.
What do you have for an effects rig? A ton of stuff, or
no, not too much. I just I enjoy distortion. I have a Renin Cuff tall font Russian. It's called. Yeah. It's very similar. It's modeled after the original Big Muff. I'm digging on that one right now. But it's quite simple setup.
I've been kind of nerding out on the band since back and seeing a Terrorizer interview, and you guys are all talking about working day jobs still back in the early 2000s. It's got to be pretty surreal to be rocking the cover of all the magazines now. And
yeah, it is weird.
Being on a Playboy,
yeah, that's coming out soon, I think. Yeah, Playgirl, Playboy.
Peter Steele.
Yeah, I think that's issues coming out in July, and then I'll be on the cover of Men's Health magazine in May. And then I got a giant spread in GQ magazine in August. So I've been very photogenic lately.
Yeah.
With clothes on and off.
No, I have to wipe that from my mind. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty amazing too, just from going back to the watching the Workhorse Chronicles DVD from the Saner days, and just the vocal approach in the early days. It seemed like it was a necessary evil, and now you guys are like a bona fide vocal powerhouse, so to speak.
It's taken a long time to grow into that, but it grew very, very naturally to what it is, and but we never wanted to spend the time or effort or energy to find a singer. So that's when Brent and I were like, well, we have this tour booked, so we'll just kind of wing it, see what happens, and then it slowly grew from there.
There's stuff on the news like on Octopus Has No Friends. I'm on my way back home. It such reminds me of like Peter Gabriel or something like that, like the way it sounds.
Yeah, we like to mix it up, and obviously we have many, many influences. And Peter Gabriel, for example, is a huge one. And
I hear some Queens of the Stone Age every once in a while.
Oh yeah, you got to get sexy,
Yeah,
like them. So yeah, I think to some degree, whether it be subtly or very obviously, all of our thousands and thousands of influence they'll shine through to some degree.
Nice.
And but sometimes much more obvious than others.
George Michael will be creeping up soon.
Yeah, we're working on that too.
You doing any writing on the road, or just kind of noodling? Or
a little bit. The guitar players, they have their amps backstage, and they're always just sitting down and riffing out.
Mm-hmm.
And if they ever come across something that they think is interesting, or someone else thinks is interesting, we'll always record it. And then when we come home from tours, we have many little tidbits of riffs here and there that we can listen back to. And if they still feel strong a month or two later, then we'll put that in the things to do list. The pile the pile of riffs to relearn.
The 100 it seemed, at least from watching the DVDs, it seemed like a pretty easy birth compared to some of the last records. You'd think the next one's going to take many years again, or is it going to be another quick?
I would hope that it would be quicker than usual, but that's something that we never really put a time limit or a timetable on. We want it to come very authentically to us and not feel like we have to rush to put out some stuff just because it's been X amount of time since the last record, or because we need to, however long it takes to cook that giant meal, whether it be 6 months or 2.5 years, we just kind of let that unfold naturally.
It'll happen, yeah. Did anything like other kind of pop culture things influence your the riffs you come up with? Any books or the feel of movies or anything like that?
I guess it might to some degree, but that's a really cool scientific question, because I've thought about it before, but only for a brief second. I want to believe that we're influenced by all the cities that we travel, all the countries we get to go to, various people that we meet and converse with, all the different foods we are able to try, and movies, music, scenery.
Sure.
So I think to a degree all of that is influential. But I don't know what that breakdown of numbers would be when you're actually just sit down and you go, and you got that's a pretty cool riff.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from? I have no idea.
There's a lot of just textures and layers and everything, and especially the last couple albums. And I get flack all the time because I keep saying Crack the Sky is the modern Master of Puppets or Dark Side of the Moon that everybody's waiting for. Do you think these albums are going to keep growing in estimation as time goes on, or is everybody just too modern day and thinking now?
Probably. I hope. I'm just getting turned on to music that's 30 and 40 years old, like Gentle Giant and things. And yesterday, my drummer Braun was like, I wonder. That's cool that with books and movies and music, there's so much that you can continue to learn about a really great author or a great movie. 5, 15, 25, 30 years later, just because there's so much out there. That and we were discussing that it would be nice if one day in 30 years we're relevant to people, to some degree, even if it's 5 people, 500 people, I don't know. So I certainly hope that it lives on in the greatest way possible, but it's really hard to gauge that because there's so much in the now, and I want everything for free, and I want it right this second.
Yeah, that's what made me think of it, because everybody always complains about, we're always, even in movies or something, we want every summer movie to be rated as the last arc, and I was like, you forget that there was so many other crappy movies that came out back then, that same year.
Yeah.
It wasn't all awesome, and everybody wants that next, Master Puppets or that next something, and I was like, well, if it actually drops, are you going to notice it? Because there's so much information overload.
Yeah.
How do you stand on the whole downloading situation?
I understand it very easily. I understand both sides of it, but I don't know. I don't know what any of the sites are that kind of pop up and go down all the time. So I thankfully I'm fine with not knowing what that is. But I buy music, and if people only knew how much time, effort went into creating a song, creating an album, creating a TV show, creating a movie, after all these people spend all this energy and all this money. You just have to be a really shallow person to think that you deserve that for free. If you feel like I want that for free, I understand you can get it for free, but if you have that mentality of that's just quite shallow in my opinion. But I understand both sides of the game.
I think if you ask anybody, would they want to work for free for whatever it is they do, they're going to say no.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I've got at least 4 versions of Crack the Sky. There's some more Hunter versions coming out in the near future?
Not that I'm aware of. So I don't think so.
All right. No instrumental one or anything?
Oh, don't know. Not that I'm aware of. Yeah.
Have you been able to beat Colony Berkman on Rock Band?
Man, I've played that thing trying to get to that song, and it's a very easy song. I don't know why it takes so long to get to, but I still haven't even seen it. So So I'm still not real sure if we're even on that damn game.
I swear, I played it.
are.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I know we are, but yeah, I'm still waiting to get to that.
Now, you guys are kind of the American meat and the Swedish sandwich on this tour. Like,
Yeah, it's nice.
it's got to be
Swedish sandwich. Sounds sweet.
Does Ghost even have a tour bus, or they just materialize at every venue?
Yeah, they just vaporize themselves and then show up. No, they're actually humans that live in a bus.
Did you have to sign a disclaimer that you wouldn't say who anybody was? Or?
Oh no, it's kind of just an unwritten general
Gentleman's
rule.
agreement, yeah.
We know what's up. I think they're going to blossom into a massive band, and to have that type of mystique is quite powerful. I believe. Can't think of many other bands. Pink Floyd, obviously, Tool,
Yeah.
yes, Slipknot to a degree, and Ghost. I can't think of any. But really, really cool guys and very cool music. I really enjoy the whole package of this tour.
Have you toured with Opeth before, or just played festivals
We've
together?
played festivals and crossed paths with them several times over the past 10 years or so. But this is the first tour. We felt it would work quite well because we always see Opeth shirts in our crowd,
Yep.
and they always have said that they see Mastodon shirts. So we feel like we have two different sounds, but quite similar as far as fans go. So we thought we'd just team up. And
Cool. Well, thanks for
Come
coming
in.
to Connecticut again,
Yeah, man.
and appreciate it. Thanks for spending some time with us.
yeah, no problem. Thank you.